This guy has left you high and dry in this community and the rural communities that surround Lubbock. The guy vetoed the Universal Service Fund that underwrites rural telephone and internet bills, meaning that in rural Texas they've gone up 25 to $100 a month. 50% of rural Texas cannot get online. And for our rural communities where there's only one school district and only one option, a public school, he wants to defund that through vouchers, take your tax dollars out of your classroom and send it to a private school in Dallas or Austin or somewhere else at your expense. On his watch, nearly 24 rural hospitals have closed down in this state. There's an answer to this, and the answer actually originated right here in Texas. In 1965, the first president of the United States of America from the state of Texas, Lyndon Baines Johnson, signed the Medicaid Act into law. He wanted to make sure, we as Texans wanted to make sure, that no one is too poor or too unconnected from power or too unlucky to be healthy and well enough to live to their full potential. Well, for the last 10 years, there's been a deal on the table for Texas that says, if you'll just take yes for an answer, the federal government will spend 90 cents on the dollar to expand Medicaid. And when I say the federal government, that can sound like the bad guys far away in Washington, D.C. That 90 cents on the dollar is your money. You paid it in federal income taxes up to D.C. It is now going to almost every other state in the union except for ours. Unless you think that this is some Democratic Party ploy, Louisiana has expanded Medicaid under a Republican governor. Arkansas has expanded Medicaid under a Republican governor. Oklahoma has expanded Medicaid under a Republican governor. And so has New Mexico, maybe under a Democratic governor. Every single one of our border states have done it. We could bring in $10 billion a year of our own money. Stand up some of these rural hospitals that have closed down. Keep these clinics open. Make sure that people who need to manage their pain or see a family planning provider or just get any kind of medical care at all can afford to do that. And the kicker, if we accept Medicaid expansion, we can lower our property taxes. Because right now, let's say that you do have diabetes and you don't have Medicaid and you don't have insurance and you cannot afford the insulin that would save your life. At some point, your suffering, your pain is going to become so bad that you're going to take yourself to the nearest hospital where the outcomes will not be as good as they would have been if you had preventable treatment and care, and the expense is going to be astronomical. You may not have a dime to your name, but it doesn't mean that the bill goes away. It means that Scurry County taxpayers end up footing the bill at the end of the day. Incredibly expensive way to do business, and that's reflected in your skyrocketing property taxes. So listen, we can save lives, connect people with care, stand up these closed rural hospitals, and lower our property taxes in the bargain. Expanding Medicaid is not a Democratic or Republican thing to do. It's a smart Texas thing to do. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, click the link below.